me talk about angle. What is an angle? It is formed by two rays that have a common starting point called the vertex. Now, for example, if you have, and what are rays? Rays are called the arms of the angle. Now, for example, from this point A, one is going here. So that is a arm, one arm, and this is the other arm, AC. And this is the vertex, the starting point. Okay, common starting point of these arms or the rays. And this is the angle. Is that right? Now the other thing is, how do we measure angles? That's what we will talk about now. So once again, angle. Why do you think I'm talking about angles, etc.? Because when we do the pie diagram, this is very important. So angle is formed by two rays, and rays that have a common starting point, which is called the vertex. And rays are also called the arms of the angle. Now let's just take two rays which emanate or which begin from A point, that is the vertex. Here you have AB, and you have another ray which is AC. These are the arms, and this would be the angle. Is that right? So now we're going to talk about how do you measure the angle? How do you know what the angle is? How do you do that? So in order to measure the angles, you need a protractor, or what we call the D. So I'm just showing it to you. So what you do is, on this ray that we've drawn from I to N, this is the line that we've drawn. On the middle, we begin with the base and draw the, we place the protractor on the I point. Is that right? You can see that? So that is a 0 on the protractor. And then say we want 30 degrees. So what you do is you start counting the degrees here, and then you make, so here perhaps it is K, point is K. Now with a ruler, you can join I and K, and that will show you 30 degrees. So you've marked the K, and obviously you now you will pick up the protractor and take a scale, and you will draw a line which will show 30 degrees. That's how you you measure the degrees. So vertex I, the two arms meet, or the two rays, IK and IN, and that is how the angles are measured with the help of the protractor. Simple, isn't it? So just to reiterate, so you drew a line. Okay, we begin with the base, and then we place the protractor, and you place the protractor at I, the beginning, which is the middle of the protractor here, the midpoint, that is 0. And here, which is here 90 degrees, and this is the 100, and you will see both ways. It goes from 180 down to 0, and from here it goes from 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So then you just count your degrees, whatever you want. Now you want 30 degrees. That's what we did. So from here you will measure 10, 20, 30 degrees. You will put a mark here. You marked it as T. I think I marked it as K. And then the next thing is, then you draw a line from T to I, and then between the two, the point I, that is the vertex, you get 30 degrees. That's how an angle is measured and made. So just go on to my previous class and just go through the pie diagram, how is it made. I have described it in detail there, and this is just a quick recap of what we've done. So all about angles and D's and protractors, etc. when you're doing your pie charts or pie diagrams, when you're talking about fractions, you're talking about all of that, degrees. So see you in the next class.